All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Winona State Football Players Association podcast. My name is Colin Charlson, current president of the Football Players Association. Super excited about our guest today. I got what I would consider two fathers in my life. One is my dad, of course. The other one is Tom Sawyer. Tom took a chance on a kid at Welch Village in a spandex ski suit in 2002. And here we are. We've become really close friends, and I'm so thankful to have you in my life, Coach. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks, Colin. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's one of those things when I saw you with those tights that you can't unsee. And just for a fact, for people listening too, his brother Chauncey looked a lot better on the slopes than he did that day. So both boys, of course, came and played at Winona State. So fantastic.
He was a better skier and football player than me, so we'll let him have that. I got a better looking wife. Oh, just kidding. Carly's probably listening. But no, really excited to have you. I'm super excited for you too, personally. Those of you that don't know, Tom retired now a little over a year ago. What the heck you been up to?
Well, it's a lot of nothing, which is good. I don't have to make those, snow blizzard storms to go drive to Milwaukee to find out a kid's not coming. I don't miss that part of the recruiting, but the everyday operations around football with the staff and, that I had for so long, and those players that you start recruiting when they're freshmen in high school in our camps. I miss that. I miss the daily grind of college football. I really do, but finding more time to spend with ourselves, with Connie and I and my own family and grandkids. And so I'm finding a new life. It took a little while to get used to, but and then I'm, spending time still at the university. We're still in contact. Connie's still teaching here at the school, obviously, and I'm working as a retiree up here in the foundation office as well. So, we got some cool things going on at Winona State, and it's fun to still be a part of it.
Cool. Well, we'll talk about some of that stuff here in a minute, hopefully, if you're okay with that. But I just want to look back and reminisce on your career a little bit. You coached football at Winona State for like 73 years or something, right?
Seemed like it. Yeah. 26. So that's all. Just 26.
Just 26. So in 26 years, I'm just curious, and I didn't script this, so sorry to put you on the spot. In 26 years, was there one moment or one thing that you'll always remember about Winona State football?
I think the biggest thing, Colin, to me is just walking on Maxwell Field. That, I did it as a player. I did it as an assistant coach for about 8 years prior to getting the head coach. And when I walked off that field against Mankato with a win, my last game of my career, all that kind of came running back to me. And so as an alumni, and I know you feel the same way. People that when you leave the field for the last time, it takes a piece of your life away. And so I just always have respected the football part of being on the turf. Nobody else understands it unless you play it. And whether it's high school, middle school, or college, but that's the one thing that I take away is when I still walk out there today, it's like a little piece of heaven. And it gave me everything that I have in my life came from that football field. And of course the baseball field, because I did play baseball here as well. But that is something that I'll cherish for my whole life.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm thinking back to homecoming this last year. You're obviously now a fan and a football alum as a coach and a player. And we're walking into the stadium together. And I said, Coach, where do you want to sit? And he goes, I'm going to the sidelines. And I'm like, okay, I'll come with you. So we stood on the sidelines. And Tom, you got us about kicked out of the game. You almost got that personal foul you always wanted from those refs. So
well, I got his attention, that's for sure. And after 20 some years with the same officials, when he turned around and saw who was hassling him, you did see that he gave me a big hug. So I did what I could to bribe those guys with some smiles and a couple beers over the summer. That's about all I could do.
But it's those referees, man, they all loved you. It's clear of that for sure, looking back. So, hey, talk to us about what's going on at the foundation. A lot of work, obviously some facilities things that have been in the works that we're really excited about and we're hoping come together. And then COVID happens, right? So maybe just set the stage for us and what's on the wish list and what you're working on and how things are going.
Well, yeah, two parts really, or three even. First of all, the Football Players Association that we're working on right now, and you being the president, and of course with Scotty, the guru of the whole thing, Mr. Opfer, and this would never happen without that. And I'm talking about the whole stadium and everything else. So it comes back to, building a new stadium. We got the Jumbotron up, we got new turf in. Now we got to finish the rest of it. So I'm working on the fundraising piece for that. And then we're looking at an indoor practice facility, then with a indoor football field and a new track where the baseball field currently sits. And so we're in the process of that right now, working with the city, working with the university, working with Minskew to get all our ducks in a row before we go out into the major gift portion of it. And that's be something I'm a part of. But we have, it's a kind of keep up with the Joneses world out there, and you have to do it. And when we put up our suites, Colin, if you remember back in the day when you first got here, those were brand new, and we were the state of the art in Division II. And everybody came here, looked at them, and then went back to their own stadiums and started to build them around the league. And now we have to get caught up with the rest of our stadium. And we don't have to build it too big. We have to build it right. And make sure that it's right for Winona State, right for us to continue to grow, and what will we grow into. And the same thing with the indoor. We've been plowing the field and practicing in January out there outdoors. Well, we need an indoor facility, and we've talked about it for a lot of years, and we need help doing that with our community and with the alumni and with individual help. And that's something that I'll be working on personally here in my task at the foundation. The other part is working on scholarships, and we've come a long ways. And there's many of us that have scholarships in our name now, including you, and it's really fun. And Scott and everybody else, there's a lot of football players have stepped up and have scholarships in their name or their family's name, and it's really a great way for people to get involved with the current players who are assigned to your scholarship, and that's really been big. As we do a nice job here connecting the player with the donor. And I've talked to a lot of individual alum about, starting a scholarship. It could be as easy as $1,000 a year. It doesn't have to be a big investment now, but it can really be something that can continue to grow. That the money earned with that goes right to the program. And so that's another piece that I'm working on up here at the foundation, is trying to build that network with our alumni directly to players that are on the current team.
Yeah, and if I can just interject really quick, and I didn't expect you to bring that up, and thank you for doing that, because it's a great reminder. It's been one of my favorite things with Winona State is giving back, and I say that from a place of gratitude, because I wanted to help Winona State football. I wanted to help kids just like me that were coming onto campus. My brother and I and my father started a scholarship. These guys have become friends. I've become their mentor. They become my mentor in some capacities, but I talk to many of them on a regular basis. One of them's up here in the Twin Cities. He'll probably see this video and go, yeah, I know what you're talking about. What's up? But they've become a part of my family too. And those of you listening, watching, if you're interested in that, reach out to Tom. Tom, we'll share your information here at the end. It's so impactful. It means a bunch. And quite frankly, it's needed too. You didn't talk about it, but the financial, pressures on the university system, not just Winona State, but around the league and around the country, are significant. And we need people to come alongside of our student athletes. So, well, hey, appreciate that. Thank you for bringing it up. Great reminder. What's the community feedback been on the project? Stadium, facility? I'm honestly selfishly excited about it from a football perspective, but being a guy that loves Winona as well, just not Winona State, I think it's a huge asset to the community. What are you hearing?
You're exactly right. Colin, I've had at least 100 meetings in our community already about moving the baseball field, about getting that in the right place, and down by the lake is an option. It's a huge opportunity for those kids, the baseball kids, to play down by the softball kids and those kind of things. That's something we're working on with the city. And then to generate economic impact in this community is tens of millions of dollars of opportunities when you build these kind of facilities. I mean, we're talking about a building, our indoor practice facility and the track facility, and everybody that's watching this that knows our facilities, from the back side of the west side of the stadium to Quick Trip, will be one big building. And what can we put in there? And mostly youth sports, and bring those teams to Winona, where all of the Winona people have to go somewhere else to have their AAU tournaments or their football, 7-on-7 leagues and all those things. We can do all of that here in Winona. So when I spoke with all of the leaders of our community, from business CEOs and owners to the mayor, to the city manager, there's not one person that's not on board with what we're doing that I've talked to, including all the neighbors around the neighborhood, both the stadium and down at the lake. People are excited because they know that Winona is growing. There's some really neat things happening in Winona, from some downtown growth to new hotels to new restaurants. It's like this beautiful, sleepy little town is starting to wake up. And I think that's exciting for me, is to be a part of it at this time of my career, to say, I want to be a part of the new wave of energy in this town, and it's coming. And you see it and you feel it. And once we start put a shovel in the ground and get the fundraising down and start putting that up, the community starts changing immediately. And that's in all phases. So when you talk to Colin about, the student, the numbers of kids on our campus and the stresses that we have financially on our campus, this is an answer to that for the whole community. Our economic impact here is going to be, tens of millions of dollars coming into this community yearly. And that changes the whole landscape of this region. And we become the hub, instead of us looking at Rochester, looking at La Crosse, going to the cities, going to the Dells. Our kids, our local kids, and the kids from the region will have a new place to play. And that's right here on Winona State's campus. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to get it all going.
It's exciting to see it starting to come together, and I'm excited for you guys. What if somebody has feedback, input, want to get involved? What's the process for them? Should they reach out to you, reach out to the university?
Just reach out to me or our foundation office. I mean, or athletics. You can call Eric as well. I mean, we're all on board. We're all working together.
Yeah.
In fact, the president has made it known that, this is a project that he wants to see done. And when you get Dr. Olson go in that direction, and we're John Olson and foundation office here is all about that. And athletics, of course, it's a win-win-win-win-win all the way around.
Yeah.
People want to be a part of it. So if you guys out there want to to be a part of it, just call me. Call me on my cell, call me in the office, send me an email, tsawyer@winona.edu, and send me an email, say you want to know more information. I'll send a note back, or I'll call you, or I'll come and see you. When you got retired guys, we have time, and we'd love to come and visit you, especially our alumni or other people or your families that have interest in helping us, both financially or just through their knowledge and expertise. We would love to have all of that. Contact me anytime, and we'll be excited to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a new person to pick on the golf course. You got 4 new joints in your legs, so you might be able to keep up now.
Yeah, with my new knee and hip just this year, I think that brought me down into single digits with my handicap. So, I can start talking smart again, and it slowed my swing down. So I don't have to carry 35 golf balls with me when I go play with you and your brother.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, let's wrap it up with a football question.
Yes, sir.
So Bergie ball is running into its second spring season here in the next few weeks. What's been exciting for you to watch? I know it's a different chair for you, but give us your thoughts on the season that was a great year. I think it exceeded expectations with a really young group, but tell us what you saw, what you think, and where you think the program is going.
Well, the first thing is we got the right guy in the chair. Bergie is great. Coach Bergstrom is fantastic. His new staff is great. Brian Curtin, who was with me, is still on the staff. So we got one of the old guys still there. But the most important thing is they're doing things right, and I'm really excited about that. I knew who he was enough to hope that was right, and it is. And the kids are working their tail off, and that's all I cared about when I watched them play this year. Is are they on board or not on board? And they are 100% in. And that for them to go to the playoffs last year, I mean, I was their biggest fan. I mean, there's nobody more excited about where the program is than I am. And that's something you hope when you walk away from a program that it just keeps getting better, and you got to have the right guy in the driver's seat. So I'm excited for that. I think the other part is the FPA. I mean, what you guys have done, and that now I'm a part of it. It's really exciting because we can be kind of that backbone to helping out the program with some finance, but also some scholarship, but also just to be supportive. And I know this young staff is really excited about that. Football is exciting. They played a lot of players, they played a lot of kids, and the recruiting was great. So these guys know how to recruit. Recruiting is a young man's game, and I don't miss that part at all. But I tell you what, those guys worked, and there's nobody in the league that's working harder at recruiting than these guys. And the class they signed is fantastic. So the last two recruiting classes, now they got two classes in. I think people that are Warrior fans are really going to be excited about the talent that you'll see even better next year than I think that we had last year.
Well, that's awesome to hear. It is an exciting time. I don't think anybody can disagree with that. And we're all looking forward to a really exciting spring season here. We're going to have a little spring ball get together tailgate, of course, for anybody that wants to join. Family members, FPA members, community members, we'd love to see you there. So make sure you stop. Tom, I appreciate you joining. I love you, brother. And it's always great to see your smiling face. Although it looks a little, you got gray beard? No, I don't know.
No, I'm clean. I'm clean, Colin. You know,
well, hey, I appreciate you, man. I mean it. You're important to a lot of us, and you're a father figure to thousands, and you've made a huge impact, and we appreciate all you do.
Well, I just want you to know that's both ways. That's a two-way street. You gave me everything I have in my life, and the love I have for my former players and coaches will take me to my grave. So it's fun to see you guys actually have real jobs and real families, and what you're doing is a little piece of me in the middle is great for me. But Colin, thank you, and so happy to be a part of the FPA and still part of the football program here at Winona State, because it's freaking awesome.
Appreciate you, bud. Take care, guys.
You too. Thanks
for joining. We're going to drop Tom's contact information in the foundation office down below. Please reach out if you have any questions. Just say hi to Tom. He'd love to hear from you. In case you don't know, he likes to chat. So give him a call, shoot him an email. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you. Thanks again, Tom, for joining us. Have a great one, and we'll see you guys next time.
Fantastic. See you. Great day to be a Warrior.